Hello, chosen ones. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. So, I just wanted to come on here because I got a download in my sleep last night, or the other night. You like that? No? Okay. And it's a real quartz, too. Isn't it cute? But anywho. So yeah, last night, or the other night, while I was asleep, um, this is the dream I had because there's two messages in the dream that I wanted to share with you guys. Um, but let me tell you the dream. So in the dream, this lady kicked in my window and then snatched the screen off my window, came in, and in my dream I was asleep, and I looked up and I seen her and she ran up on me and was like, "What is protecting you?" I was like, "What?" So I called my spiritual entourage. I was like, "What is going on here? What are y'all doing? Where are y'all at? Why is this lady in my house?" And so I went, I got up because after I called my spiritual entourage, this lady ran in the bathroom, and my entourage showed up and went in the bathroom, knocked her upside the head, and folded her up. And when she stood up, she was really tall. I was like, "Oh my gosh, you're really tall." I said, "But why are you here? I haven't done anything to you." And she was just looking all crazy. And they just escorted her away, where I don't know. But in my dream, my spirit guide came to me because I was really questioning. I was like, "Where were you guys at? Why was this allowed to happen? I don't understand why this was allowed to happen. Not that she did anything. It's just she ran up on me and was like, 'What is protecting you?'" Like she was mad. Like she'd been working spells back to back and none of this shit was working. And she just got mad. So my spirit guide, what she said was, she specifically said this word for word. She said, "She is after your wealth. She was allowed to come near you so that she could see that you are exactly who you say you are. And the entities that she enlisted to help her gain access to you, she is now bound to." So the messages I got from that. One, sometimes chosen ones, people really cannot comprehend that you are divinely protected. And I think a lot of people operate from a space of um, only being able to perceive life through their lenses. And because they're not divinely protected, they can't comprehend that you actually are, or that someone else is. It's like, and because they're not a chosen one, they cannot comprehend that there are chosen ones out here. There really are chosen ones out here, protected by the Most High, and the Most High has an entourage protecting them, so you cannot touch them, right? But they can't comprehend this because this is not life that they know. It's not life from the lenses or the perspective that they know. Okay. Second message was what was the second message? I'm sorry, I was sitting here, these pigeons just start doing the nasty, and it kind of threw me off. But the second message was, sometimes people, the Most High and your entourage will allow people to do certain things just so they can see that you are exactly who you say you are, and so they can get folded up, okay? So that they can see, because sometimes people need to witness. Some people, just like I said, they cannot comprehend that there are chosen ones out here, and they cannot comprehend that you are untouchable. Some people love to play God in the next person's life. And the fact that in my dream that said that she was after your wealth, there are people who are literally after your wealth, thinking they can play God in your life because they done went and learned a few witchcraft spells, or they call witch doctors. Listen, this is what people don't understand, okay? You are not God over anyone else's life. And what's meant for them is for them. And they're going to get it. I don't care how many witch doctors you go to, how many practitioners you go to, how many entities you enlist to assist you. Okay? What is for them is for them. And there's nothing you can do about it. You cannot play God over that person's life. And because of this, people are finding themselves bound to the entities that they tried to send to you to harm you and steal your wealth or your spiritual inheritance, your divine spiritual gifts. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of these people that are running around with mental illness, I'm not saying a lot of them. There's some people running around with mental illness, and it's due to the witchcraft, the witchery that they've done to others, and they're bound to these entities. And some of it causes them to literally lose their mind and go insane, or they end up in a psych ward somewhere because they are trying to steal, spiritually steal from other people. And they find themselves bound to the entities that they worked with to try to steal from people. And then they run up on the wrong one and they find out what it really is. But the thing is, I think a lot of people who work like witchcraft and do a lot of evil things to other people, it's like their ego. They've probably done a few things and seen a few things work in someone else's lives, and their ego lies to them and makes them think that they can literally play God over someone else's life. What makes you think, why would you think that God would give other people power over another human being, or the direction of another human being's life? Now, maybe if they're not living righteous, they got a few lessons that they need to learn. They got some backed up karma that they need to situate so that they can get on their life path. Then maybe a few things that these witches do may work or may appear to be working. But really, what it is people are just paying back their karma. And if they're a chosen one, they're resolving their karma so that they can get on their right path and live their divine purpose. So it's really not working the way you think it is, or the way these people think it is, okay? Because everything works for the good of those who love the Most High. So if someone is able to do a little something or able to get toward you, it could be because it's time for them to see what is protecting you. That they are not God over somebody else's life. That their ego has deceived them. The entities that they worked with has deceived them. And now they're bound to those entities. And whatever they wished upon you is going to come back on them sevenfold. Or 100-fold, I just heard. So, I mean, people need to just be careful and leave other people alone. You know, the time that they spend trying to send entities to steal from the chosen ones, they literally could use that energy to heal themselves and work on their own life purpose. But they just want an easy way out. Or think they get an easy way out. Only thing they're doing, ooh, it's a fox. Look at the baby fox. Oh, okay, sorry, I can't show you guys. But yeah, only thing they're doing is speeding up their own karma, and then binding themselves to whatever entities they were working with. Y'all, it's a lot going on. I love nature. This is a side note. Chosen ones, get out in nature. You know, I'm not out of the car because when I pulled up, there was like some strange men sitting there, and I'm like, I'm not getting out because I'm just by myself. But I done seen doves mating, and we got a fox roaming, and it's just a lot of beautiful things going on. So, you know, just do what you can, because sometimes you can't be out in the midst of nature because there's too much going on. But pull up on nature and just sit and observe. You can learn a lot just from observing as well. But yeah, that was the message, chosen one. Sorry, I got distracted, but yeah. These folks is crazy. But just know that no weapon formed will ever prosper. Sometimes people need to know who and what is protecting you so that they can be bound by the things that they tried to conjure up to attack you. Okay? And it just is what it is. And there are people out here who's going to try to steal your wealth. But it won't work. Okay. Alright, have a good day, chosen ones.